Right. So we're going to come and stand up on our feet today. I'm going to start at the back. I'm just going to adjust my camera very slightly. Even if it cuts my head off, that's fine. Okay, I want you to stand with your feet about a bit wider than shoulder distance, with your feet slightly turned out as if you're pressing your toes to the corner of the room. And I want you to pull your arms back and just squeeze your shoulder blades together at the back. And we'll take a nice deep breath in, and the exhale, just going to do a little squat as we reach our arms forward, and then inhale, squeeze back behind. Exhale, down into a squat. Inhale, squeeze back behind. So we're just waking up the hip joints, the knee joints, the shoulder joints, squeezing your arms behind as you return up to standing, pushing your weight forward. So from side on, it's about coming down, nice big squat, pulling back, nice big squat. 4 more. 4. Make sure your weight is in your heels. 3, your knees are following your middle toe. 2, 1 more. Now on this next one, we drop down and then we let our fingertips drop to the floor. Allow your legs to begin to extend. And if you're tight, you can just bend and extend and wriggle your hips side to side, which is actually quite a nice thing to do, whether you're tight or not. If your legs are happily straight, you can just sway side to side. Bend your knees enough just to rest your hands to the floor, and you're just working on extending as much as you can through your legs. Allow your hips to just kind of move a little bit more, rotating slightly, and then come back to center. Walk your hands in and see if you can go a little bit deeper into the stretch, lifting your bottom up high, straighten those knees, let your head and chest drop, scoop the belly in and just carefully roll up. Soften the knees to do so. Take a little shoulder roll at the top. A few times. This time, we go back into that squat, our arms slide forward, we drop our fingertips to the floor. We're going to take a little walk forward into a plank. So we drop down, wide leg plank, and then we lift up to wide leg downward facing dog. Inhale, forward, abs on, exhale, back up. So we roll forward, plank, lift up, downward facing dog with our feet slightly turned out. So our feet are not parallel. Our feet are still slightly out to the side. Lift up. 4 more, roll forward and tip to the toes, abs on, squeeze your butt, lengthen the spine. Eye gaze in between the heels as you lift your hips, and eye gaze slightly forward as you drop your hips. 2 more. One more. And then lift back up. Walk your hands back to your feet. And then relax your head and chest down, stretching once more into those hamstrings. Take my socks off. A bit more grip. This time, parallel your feet. So now I've got my feet facing forward, and I'm going to walk forward again. And what I want you to do is really work gracefully through this. I want you to rock your hips forwards into a plank, and then lift them up, rotate onto the edges of your feet, and then open out into a side plank. Rotate your feet back to center as you lower, back into your plank position. Rotate the other way, and then lift up. So all you're doing is pivoting on your toes. So my hand comes down. I use that base to turn my toes all the way and squeeze and lift up. Rotate and squeeze and lift up. 4 more of these. Carefully transition. If it's not for you, drop to that knee at the bottom. And And then just simply turn to hands and knees, extend the top leg, drop that knee and lift there. 2 more. Last one. Back to the middle, pause in the middle, take 1 more breath, drop your knees wide, bring your big toes together at the back and sit back into child's pose. Let your head and shoulders relax. Forearms relax to the ground and your bottom heading to your heels. And just allow your body to release. Look up. Bring yourself up onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes under. I'm going to come up into a downward facing dog, parallel feet. This time, we're going to rock our body weight forward, pulling the left knee in towards the chest so it hovers, and then returning the foot as you lift your hips again. Same side. Roll forward, pull the knee in, push back up, and lift you up high. If it's too much, you can drop your right knee down as you lift your left knee forward, and then lift them back up, downward facing dog. 4 more. Lift nice and strong. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Come all the way forward. See if you can just hold here and hover for 5 seconds. Knee doesn't touch the floor. And then we drop it down. Slide your back leg as far back as you can go. I'm just going to change my angle very slightly. Your back leg slides back and then sit down into your bottom. Move that foot forward and then bring yourself up. Let's take a lovely deep stretch here. Pigeon position. So you've got the more you extend your right leg behind, the more you can sink your hips down a bit lower. And then just bring your forearms side by side and relax the body down. Now, if this is not for you, obviously, come down to here, seated hurdle, take the pressure off the hips and knees, and then just lean into that side of the body. So wherever you are, we're going to take the right arm and we're going to turn and we're going to squeeze and lift it all the way up to the sky, looking up towards the ceiling. And then slowly drop it all the way down. Forearms sit side by side. And we go to the other side. Reach. And slowly down. And again. Squeeze the shoulder blades, look up. My palm is facing away from me. And then back up again. That's a really nice rotation. Stop in the center. And then just spend another 10 seconds going deep into the stretch. Let your whole body relax deep into the hip. And then we just fall into that left side, swing your leg around, and then pull your left knee in and sit up tall. So I've got a nice firm hold of my shin, and I'm using that to lift and lengthen up through my spine. Now slide the foot down a little bit further away from you. And then take your left arm in front, right hand to the side of the head, scoot the belly in, roll down halfway towards the floor. And then we're going to lift the leg and touch and drop. If you wish, the other arm squeezes back like your reverse fly and get a little bit more rotation. So I'm just squeezing my elbow behind as I turn. 7, we're going for 12, 8, 9, 10, last 2, come on, turn. 11, last one, and 12. Arms forward, sink back a bit lower, 10 pulses in those abs. 9, 8, so this foot is firmly back on the floor. 6, squeeze everything in tight. 4, 3, 2, one more, and we roll up. We slide our hands back onto that shin, lift the thigh closer in again, and lift up tall. We're going to take that leg, pop it over the outside, wrap the arm around, take your opposite hand to the base of the spine, lift up tall, and turn away from your leg. So I'm looking over the left shoulder as I pull my left thigh in. If you're flexible, you might be able to get your elbow around and push deeper into that twist. And then your right leg stays fully extended down on the floor. Rotate yourself back around. Slide that foot down. So now it's sitting on top of the ankle. Lean into your hands. And then abs fired up. Lean back. So bend the elbows to lean back. Pull the knees in. And then extend the legs up. Pointing the toes. If you can, arms come up to here. V-sit. Lift up and squeeze those thighs together. Now activate your lower abs. Option is to bend your knees. Other option is to just very briefly rest your right heel to the floor. Lift up tall. Abs fired. 8, 7, 6. Squeeze. Lift. 3, 2. And then we carefully drop the legs back down. Slide your hands behind you. Lift the chest. Push out of your shoulders. Now, if you can, rotate your hands in, point your toes, and lift your hips up. Otherwise, if that doesn't work for you, just stay here and push your chest out of your shoulders. Hold it there. 8, 7, get as high as you can. 5, fabulous strength work, fabulous opening through the front of the shoulders, and release it down. Sit your bottom down, walk in. Sit tall, take a big arm stretch overhead. We are going to catch our right foot. So we're coming forwards. If you can, grab hold over the foot, over the top of that. So our left leg is sitting on our right leg. So this is the one we're going to stretch, the one that's parked on the floor. If you cannot grab your foot, use a strap, towel or band to get hold of it. You can catch underneath that calf if you want. But if you can get hold of the foot, dorsiflex a little bit more, and you can get deeper into the stretch. And then just work your head and chest down. Now this is quite a strong stretch, especially around the outside of your hamstring and behind the knee. Your left leg is like a weight, so it's kind of forced down a little bit more, so it's a bit of a deeper stretch. And just relax the shoulders and breathe as you lower your head and chest down. Carefully release the foot, slide your hands over side, carefully roll up. Just gently lean back, uncross your legs. Pause here for a second. And then we're going to spin around. So we're going to turn our feet back around to our hands and knees. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, walk your hands to your feet, soften the knees, roll up. Take a shoulder roll at the top. It's always quite nice to take 2 or 3 shoulder rolls. It resets your spine in the right position. And then we're going to take our feet, that parallel nice position, sink down into a squat, and then lift back up and squeeze your shoulder blades behind. So earlier on, we did a wider squat position. This is more of a parallel. Everything's running forward, knees, middle toe, hips. Lengthen, swing forward, come back. 6 more. Inhale, exhale. 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. Fingertips to the floor, lean into your hands, and then extend and bend one leg at a time. Relax the shoulders, lean into the hands. Heels pressed to the floor the whole time. And we're going to walk forward. We drop our body weight down into a plank. And then we lift back up, downward facing dog. This time we're going to bring our right knee forward. So we come forward, pull it in, hover, and then lift the hips, turning the foot, push back. Inhale, exhale, pause. And then push it back as we lift, ground the heels, extend the spine. So make a real point of each positioning. Here's your core work, and here is your stretch. So they've both got opportunities to pause. Eye gaze slightly forward here, and then eye gaze back as you lift your hips. 4 more. Really roll through the shoulders, nice and strong in the wrists. 2 more. So remember your options to drop to that knee, and then return. Coming up, last one, and we hold this one. Squeeze the belly, 5, 4, 3, 2, and drop the knee. Once you drop the knee, slide your left leg back as you sink down. Park your bottom, adjust your foot to wherever you want to go. So you want to stay down here, bend your back knee, and stay in a seated hurdle. Or keep that left leg beautifully extended, come up into pigeon, and then lower down onto your elbows with your forearms side by side. And just relax into the stretch for now. So we're going to do that stretch twist when we're ready. So we're going to take a deep breath here. We're going to open out, reaching the arms, squeezing the shoulder blades and turning the body without collapsing in the hips. And then carefully and slowly let the arm float back down. And then we just transition to the other side. Turn, turn, twist, twist, reach, squeeze the shoulder blade. And carefully return. Inhale, exhale. Breathe. Lovely. Keep going. Reach. Last one. And then when you're on your last one, return the arms and just find your stretch one more time, relaxing down. Nice long deep breaths. Now when you're ready, we sit down into that buttock And we swing the left leg around, slide this knee, grab hold of it, and we lift up. So I've got a nice strong grip. It allows me to pull my shoulders back and down, squeeze the shoulder blades behind. Slide the foot a little bit further away. Take your hands behind your head, take your right arm forward, scoot back to feel your abs active. And then we lift and we twist, and that right arm comes back and returns. Really pull back. 7. We're going for 12. 8. 9. Really squeeze that shoulder blade, turn, follow the elbow. 10. Last 2. 11. One more. And 12. Take the arms forward. Roll it up. Lift up tall. Hands back on the shin. Put it back in and lift up. Okay, we're going to pop that foot over the other side of the knee. Wrap around, take your hand to the base of the spine, lift up tall, and turn over that right shoulder, putting the right leg in, keeping your buttocks firmly on the ground. Your left leg is fully extended and your foot is flexed. And just keep twisting. If you wish, you can take the elbow to the outside of the thigh and go there. I'm not going to do that because my body doesn't like twisting in this position. So I'm just going to keep it strong, but not force anything. So if you can pull that shoulder a little bit further, eye gaze further over. And then bring your eye gaze back to the center, look forward. Slide that leg so it crosses over the ankle. Just lean back. And then when you're ready, bend the elbows, pull those knees in. And then if you can, extend the legs. Then if you can, arms, sit up tall, squeeze those thighs, raise the arms if you wish, whatever works. Hold it. So your options to bend your knees, or you can have your heel resting, lift up tall, and let's hold it 10 seconds. Squeeze those thighs, squeeze, abs on, now lift tall, thighs up, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bend the knees, extend and lengthen, lift up. Take your hands and turn your fingers behind this time. Either stay here and just lift your chest, or if you can, lift up and get those hips as high. Push the chest out of those shoulders. Hold it, lift it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Walk your fingers in. Lift yourself up tall, arms come up and overhead. This time we're catching on the left foot. So I'm catching the left foot, pulling it in, or slide underneath the left calf, or use a band or strap or towel, or anything you can get your hands on. And then lengthen up through the spine to begin with, and then exhale, fold. Let your head and chest drop down. Slightly push the foot down towards the floor, straighten that knee, and get deeper, right to the outside of your hamstring. And then when you're ready, release, roll up slowly, just lean into your hands, lift the chest one more time, and cross your legs. Sit up tall, arms forward, and then roll down to the floor. Arms take wide T shape. Lift both legs up to the sky. And we're going to let our right leg drop towards the right hand, not too far. The left leg is going to go and join it. And they squeeze together, and you use your obliques to bring those legs back up to center. Same side. Drop halfway, lower, squeeze them, abs on tight, and lift them up. So you're going to do 8 on this side. Option is to have a bent knee, takes the load off, reduces that range by half. Keep going. 2 more. Squeeze deep into those abs. Keep your shoulders, both shoulders pressed to the ground. This is my last one. All the way up. Bend knees. Let your heels drop towards your bottom. Pull the thighs in and then lower the knees to the ground. Park your hand on the thigh and twist and open out that left shoulder. Eye gaze to the left. And just enjoy that stretch. Raise the thigh. Lift the top leg. Let the bottom leg follow. Slide your hands around the shins and just draw your knees in towards your armpits. Big little rock side to side. Bring the knees together and squeeze them together and pop your feet down onto the floor. Arms stay relaxed down by your side. Tuck your shoulder blades and then let's lift our hips up into a bridge. We're going to, from there, take the weight into our right leg, extend the left leg so it lines up with the right thigh. We're going to lift it all the way to the sky, flex, drop it down in line with the thigh, point, lift it up, flex, drop it, point, up, flex, drop it, 2 more. Squeeze that right butt cheek to lift the hips high. Last one, pause it there. Fold the foot, press it down, lift the hips, squeeze the thighs together, feet closed, everything's really pulled in tight. And then we extend the right leg, point the toe, lift up, flex, drop it down, just a thigh level, up, flex, drop. Make sure you're powering up into that left buttock. Two more. Last one. And then slide the feet together, lift those hips. Hip presses, 10, 9, squeeze everything in, thighs pressed in, knee bones pressed in, feet together, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, 1 more. And then roll it out. Let your spine sit neutral, let your knees fall out. And then take a little rock side to side. Through your breath. Back to center. Excuse me. Bring the knees together. Arms wide back to that T. Get spine back in neutral. Inhale, exhale, imprint. Lift the legs up to the sky. Okay, we're going to the left. Our left leg drops to the left. Our right leg drops to join it. We draw the legs up together, trying to keep our shoulders pressed down. Really nice deep breath. It's amazing abdominal work. If you put your mind into that waistline, it controls all the movement. 3 more of these. Last 2. One more. And then come all the way up to pause. Bend the heels all the way to the bottom, then squeeze your lower belly to pull the thighs in closer, and then lower them to the ground. Grab that thigh with your left hand and twist and open out that right shoulder. Just breathing. And then after your next breath, release the arm. Lift the top leg. Followed by the bottom leg. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let your feet drop to the ground. Knees parted. Take your arms down by your side. Shoulder blades tucked under. And we're going to lift into a bridge and lower the bridge. Keeping that lovely knee opening position so the hips are open. Just squeezing through the butt. Squeezing through the inner thighs. Just big lift, doesn't matter how far you get off the ground, just try, squeeze the soles of the feet together. Feel that slight rotation through the ankle. 5 more. Three, last 2. 2, one more. Hold it there, 10 pulses, 10, 9, 8, get those buttocks off the floor, push into the outer edges of your feet, 3, 2, and release it up. Bring the fingertips round to the side of the head. Inhale, roll your chin up towards your chest, pause in a crunch, and reach right hand to left knee and left hand to right knee. Just rotating from your waist, from my shoulder blades, but just off the floor. Nothing is moving from my waist down. I'm just rotating and reaching, reaching. Legs stay open. If you want a bit more of a challenge, pick them up off the ground because they're about knee level, and then reach whoop, to the insides of your calves or down into your inner ankle bone. Don't drop down in the center, just rotate side to side. Crunch up. 8 more. 8. Open the knees wider. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more, and 1. Back to the middle, little pulses here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Catch the knees, part the feet, open the knees wide, and take a little roll side to side. Keep hold of your right knee, extend your left leg, catch the ankle as well, and pull that knee in towards your chest. Press the left leg into the floor. Relax through the shoulders. Lift the left knee back in. Take hold of both knees. Ease off the right one slightly. Let it drop to the floor. Slide that one away. Catch the ankle with your right hand and drive the knee in here. Slipping over. Slide your right leg dead straight onto the ground. Quite forceful with that leg if you can. And then ease it off. Right knee slides back up, slide your hands around the back of the thighs, and just go into a little rolling motion backwards and forwards. Just a little bit. Curve the spine, roll on top of the rib cage. Squeeze the belly, pull the thighs in. Don't let your feet fly around too much. And see if you can hover, you come to the top. 4 more. If you don't like it, then you can just put your feet here, curve back, and lift up instead. And when you've done your last one, just come all the way up. Soles the feet together again. Slide them really close in towards you. Hands around the outsides of your feet or the ankles. You lift up tall as always. Pivot forward. And then once you come to your maximum point of pivot, curve forward and drop down. Push the knees away. Fold through the spine. Inhale, exhale, lift up tall, slide the feet away, so they're a little bit further. And then let's take our arm underneath the calf, other arm underneath the calf. Push your legs firmly down into your forearms. And then imagine you're trapping your arms. And then you're pulling your spine away from your feet, curving into a C curve as you lower your head and chest down. So we're just pushing the spine the opposite direction. But your arms being wedged down makes you open up deeper into the shoulder blades. Carefully when you're ready, just ease it off. Moving your arms. Pressing your hands onto your ankles. Just lift your spine back up. Bring your feet back in and make them go into more of a comfortable cross-leg position. So take your left foot in front of your right foot. Take your left hand to the floor, raise your right arm and go into a little side bend. Slide the arm away and then turn up and look underneath towards the ceiling. Extending the elbow, relaxing the shoulder that's on the floor. And then carefully raise the arm back up. Lean back into your hands, switch the feet over, and back up tall. Right hand slides away, left arm comes up and we slide over to the side. Looking underneath and reaching, parking the buttocks to the floor. Twist a little bit more, look under. Inhale, raise the arm. Fingertips to the floor, sit up tall. Open your arms. And then inhale your arms slowly up, relaxing through the shoulders, bringing your hands together. Take a forward fold, see if you can get your elbows to the ground. Rest your forehead onto your hands if you can. Hands to the ground, roll it up. For the last time, just switch those feet over. Fingertips to the floor. Raise your arms up. Relax through the shoulders. Bow down as far as you can go. If you can get your elbows to the floor, amazing. Rest your forehead onto your hand. Hands to the ground. Walk it in. And then just rest your hands lightly on the knees. Use them just to lengthen up through the spine. And then open your arms one more time. We raise our arms up. And this time we just softly bring our hands down. Bow, dip your chin to your chest. Then lift your head back up. And as always, give yourself a little clap. Thank you.